Our next group 3, we have Dr. Ann Gregory and Dr. Debbie Lee of Western Illinois University, Janice Jones from Sauk Valley Community College, and Diane Christensen from Illinois Valley Community College will give us a short overview of their regional work surrounding articulation with rural partners. Please welcome them.
Okay, which one of these am I using to click this
Oh,
thing?
this one.
Hi.
Yeah.
So this is the final? Okay. I'm Ann Gregory, and I only have 3 of my partners up here, and I'll let them introduce themselves here in a moment. I'm chair of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction and interim chair of the Department of Counselor Education at Western Illinois University, and y'all are?
Hello, I'm Diane Christensen, and I'm the ECE program coordinator at Illinois Valley Community College.
I'm Janice Jones, and I'm education faculty at Sauk Valley Community College.
And I'm Debbie Lee from Western Illinois University.
So our partnership is huge. There are 7 of us all in total, 7 institutions and StarNet. Thank you, Cheryl. And we've, I think there's something to be said about not knowing what you don't know. This is just my 2nd year in the state, and if this first year has been any indication of what is in store for me, I'm looking forward to my tenure here. So this is what we were trying to do. These were the funding goals that we were looking to address. Okay. So here's what we did. What we were actually able to accomplish was that all of us have received Gateways entitlement. Yay. John Woods is currently in the pipeline, and Andrew assures us that John Woods will have it very shortly, so that's exciting. I think we have developed perhaps one of the best relationships I have had professionally in quite some time. I really appreciate everything that the community colleges have brought to the table, and it has never been, here's what we do. You know what I mean? Which is refreshing from both, I think, from both perspectives. So we were able to do this, but we were also able to do this. Oh, yeah. Whoops. I thought it was at the final. I was not. Sorry. We started with developing a shared vision for what successful early childhood educators look like, what they know, and what they're able to do. And from there, we articulated 6. Let me just say that one more time. 6 courses. And the really cool thing about that is that the 6 courses, what we agreed to was common learning outcomes and a common set of objectives to which we could add additional at each institution, but that's where we stopped. We said, here are the objectives and here are the descriptions, and we tried to get to the level of course title, but you know how institutions are. They don't want to do that. So we articulated 6, and it was so easy. It was so easy. I mean, from our perspective, it was lovely. We were all like, yeah, that works. Yeah, we could do that. But the institutional barrier, and by the institution, I will refer to mine, okay? How they didn't make it really always that easy. We were able to update our let's try that one again. We were able to articulate our articulation agreement, update them, and this is kind of how we did it. So we had a lot of training. We used face-to-face meetings, but we're quite disparate places. So we have Macomb, we have Quincy. Quincy is our outlier. And I can say that because I'm housed in Macomb, and they're an hour south of me, so oh my gosh, right? So we have them, and then we have like all the way east, we get Illinois Valley, holy heavens, Illinois Central. I didn't even know some of these places, right? Sauk Valley, Dixon, where, what? Okay, and then I go, oh, Blackhawk, home, thank you. Blackhawk and Quad City, so that was lovely. We met in different places in our, I think we had 4 or maybe 5 face-to-face meetings. And then we used GoToMeeting as our online software to facilitate meetings in between our face-to-faces. We tapped resources from my former institution. My colleague, Marianne Cahill, Dr. Marianne Cahill at Boise State, provided us with some excellent training in working with dual language learners or poly-language learners, however way you want to speak with them or about them, and what we could do. Some of us attended the Erickson Institute on Math, and that was fabulous. So it was. And StarNet has provided us with training on campuses and in different places. To help the articulation process, we started with, I don't know if y'all can see this. Okay? Oh, those are all the kind of standards you have to address in everything, right? So that's like NACCE and Illinois Certification in Early Childhood and IPTS, and you get the idea. Because one of the things that four-year institutions have to deal with are these lovely things called SPAs, all right? And I say this like this, SPA, because in September I get to write a SPA report on every program in my department, and early childhood is one of them. But SPA reports, as well as the licensure and all that good stuff, require that we have, and I believe in standards-based education. Okay, but there's, dare I say, there may be a point at which standards are a little crazy. I'm just going to say it. We started from there in terms of once we had our learning outcomes, it was an amazingly fast process. It happened at John Woods Community College. Julie provided us with all kinds of nutrition and a lovely space, and I decorated the room. It was lovely. And we all came together, and it was like this, boom. And we left there with these 6 articulated courses and a shared understanding of where we were going and where we were heading. So, I know he said not to believe in heroes and miracles, but perhaps it was a Christmas miracle. I don't know, I'm just saying. And if you don't believe in Christmas, maybe it was some other kind of December-ish miracle. Okay, so here's the final, and then I will stop, and maybe they will talk, and who knows, okay? So our next steps, because we didn't get the grant for the second time, but I'm not bitter. Look, the grant really just freed us up with some time and some space to do this work, and what we just did before dinner was, thanks to Janice organizing this, we sat down and said, here are our next dates, and we're planned through February, right? 6 more face-to-face meeting times, and in the next 6 iterations, or 6 meeting times, we are going to work on this, the common assessment and data metrics by which we can share information about our students. We're starting with the 3 courses that we use in our program for reporting to the SPA. We're using those, we're starting with those 3, we've decided to start with those 3 courses to devise and develop common assessments that we will then share across wherever our students travel, because the idea is that not only do the community colleges articulate with me, but they articulate, or with me, or WIU, whatever. They articulate with one another, right? I mean, which is, yay. It's all I just keep thinking of when I was a public school teacher and I would have kids move from my school to the one down the street, and then they would be back in 9 weeks, and we'd like try to figure out if they all knew the same stuff that we think that they should. Anyway, so this is good. And eventually we want to move to a management or tracking system where I wouldn't have to call Janice or Diane up and say, hey, do you have so-and-so's results on this assessment that you could share with me? Of course, we adhere to FERPA guidelines, and so we will make sure that we have all of the obligatory documentation where students have signed off on that. And then we want to look at creating new courses and new spaces for, I want to say life in education. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think we get so caught up in what we've always done or what we're trying to do that we lose sight of maybe what we should or could be doing. So that's my final. And I'm pretty sure I made up on all of the time that we were behind. So unless anybody else up here wants to say something or y'all have questions, we're done. Thank you.